Hello, welcome. This is Aria Kingray, and I support leaders, creators, entrepreneurs, and parents to be their truest self while being abundantly prospered and receiving. For those who are in business, increasing their income and their impact 2 to 3 times or more. And we do this by working in the Akashic Records and working with energy, mastery, and through embodied creation cycles. So I'm excited to share with you today. Let me just adjust here. So I'm excited to share with you today about one of the things that I see happening for people when they're seeking or creating change in their lives to be able to create more spaciousness, more freedom, more peace. A lot of times what happens is that our culture and our society has really created this always running kind of energy, right? Like even when I used to work in corporate, we would be checking emails, before we went to bed and first thing in the morning. It's always going. And so what I often notice is that people who have worked in corporate and then become entrepreneurs will oftentimes hold that same kind of corporate mentality or work schedule with their days, with their hours. And we also tend to, whether we worked in corporate or not, we tend to hold this energetic program in our system of this motor that's always running. So, what I see is for entrepreneurs, people who are looking to create, it's like they've already done the thing, they have brought their work into the world, they're making good money doing their business, being of service through their creations and their delivery, and they are wanting to be able to find more peace, more spaciousness, more freedom, more time freedom. And so what happens is oftentimes people will look at, well, how can I shift my business model so that I am able to have more time? And so having done this and supported people to do this, what I notice is that there can be this point where this shift happens. They free up more space and they still have this emptiness space inside of them, and they tend to continue to fill that emptiness space with more things to do. What I know to be true and what I witness is that for people who have anxiety, for people who have high levels or even low and moderate levels of stress, there can be an energetic, I witness it as an energetic program or pattern that's present in the system. And it's like a motor that's running that keeps the system going, 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 always on, and doesn't actually allow for it to have that space or that time to rest. So, what happens is that we tend to create the change, allowing for ourselves to have more time or more spaciousness or more freedom or more peace. But then we end up filling it because there's still something inside of the body, of the energy, of the emotion body that just does not feel like it can rest. It maybe doesn't feel fulfilled. It maybe doesn't feel satisfied or filled with meaning. It doesn't feel like it can rest. And so what happens is when the business model changes or time is freed up, we can end up just filling that back up again with other things. So instead of starting with the external, instead of starting with the business model shift, or instead of starting with your calendar or the way that you're organizing your time, those are all fine and good things to do. But what I notice is that sometimes we are making changes outside on the external aspect of ourselves, when if we start with the internal root of the pattern, then we have more options available to us. If we are able to release that always on running motor inside of our system then we may find that we don't need to actually change the business model. The business model might be just fine. Or we might find that when we do change it, we decide to change it in a different way because we actually are getting our needs met in another way. Or we might find that when we change something or not, we have more spaciousness and freedom, and we can actually enjoy it all the way. Like we can feel the spaciousness, we can feel peace, we can feel this internal energetic rest of the nervous system where there is actual connection to that which is filled with meaning or fulfillment or purpose or satisfaction. So, what we can do is shift the internal energetic root first, the root of the pattern of the program first. And then our external experiences begin to shift, reorganize, find their way. New opportunities become available, new ways of seeing things that we weren't available for before become available because we are now available for something different. We are now truly available to experience peace and spaciousness. Whereas before, we were seeking peace and spaciousness outside instead of allowing for ourselves to actually create it within our system first. And I know that that sounds like that might take a really super long time, right? Find peace inside yourself first, find spaciousness inside yourself first. And that can. And what I also know to be true is that when we work the energetic, we can actually get to the root. So work in the Akashic records oftentimes and work with energy, and when we get to the root of it, we can actually unwind it, we can clear it, we can allow for your nervous system to reset itself to its most optimal state of health and wellness that allows you to then have a different experience. It doesn't have to be taking weeks and months and years to be able to reset your nervous system. We can unwind this pattern, this program, and allow you to have a different experience. So I want to name that so that you can kind of start to tune in for yourself and see what it feels like inside your body. If you have a sense of, where do I have this motor running? What does it feel like? Where is it? What do I notice with it? What is it really wanting from me? What is it wanting for me? And how might it be deconstructed or completed in a way that it can be actually done and create new possibilities? So if you would like support with that, send me a note. I'm happy to take a look at your system. We can see what wants to come and what's available next. And then also just know that when you shift it inside first, then what happens around you gets to be so much more filled with ease, and it gets to be so much more filled with delight and magic instead of you efforting and creating the change. So I hope this helps to kind of shine a light on the motor that's running that might be underlying the stress or the anxiety or the always running kinds of patterns. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comments, what you're noticing, what comes present for you. You can go ahead and follow this page, click like, engage, give me some comments, and let me know what is present, what's moving for you. And then we'll be back again. Thank you.